What makes writing good? It's a simple question, and like many simple questions, it has a lengthy and complicated answer that won't satisfy any one person. Pick 100 writers out of a room and you'll get 100 different answers, all of them wrong. I'm kidding about that last part, but only partially. You see, in the end, what makes writing good is you. Yes, you. Your point of view, your thoughts, your experiences. It doesn't matter if the essay you're writing is personal or purely analytical. Everything gets filtered through your brain. So even if you've never gotten an A+ on a paper, you are still the best chance you have of turning out a great essay. Great writing starts with strong ideas. That means brainstorming for strong examples, searching within yourself to figure out what you think or feel about the topic, and putting those ideas on paper to see which make the most sense, which are the most persuasive, and which you think will affect your reader the most. When trying to come up with a good argument, don't just settle for the first thing that comes to mind. Instead, try to dig deeper and come up with something you think is true that no one said before. With many assignments, teachers are reading the same arguments, the one everyone thinks of first, meaning he or she ends up reading 80 variants on the exact same paper. If you want to earn points, try to be the one who takes the road less traveled and finds a new angle. That's what makes for good and memorable writing, and that's what will help you earn that A. Of course, we're not all geniuses every time we sit down to write a paper. So if you can't think of anything original, make sure that the point of view you do choose is rock solid and full of strong, specific examples. That brings us to our next topic. Writing an essay means telling a very specific kind of story. With the exception of the informal personal essay in which you're drawing solely from your personal experience, most essays are going to require a stew of outside facts and your own thoughts. Whether you're writing a persuasive essay, a compare and contrast, or even a scientific expository essay, just the facts, you need to be specific and concrete in the examples you use to get your story across. Now, some would argue that an expository essay, that's that scientific essay we're talking about, the research paper, isn't storytelling at all, but they're liars. All writing tells a story, even if it's a very, very boring one. So the important thing, anyway, is not to wander. The more specific you are, the better supported your argument is, and the stronger your story. Thus, the better your writing is. Once you've got your bright idea and your examples tucked away, you have to consider the form of your writing. That includes sentences as well as paragraphs, and this is where an outline can be beneficial to make sure your writing makes sense. The goal here is clarity. How can you get your point across as clearly and effectively as possible? If you're writing a persuasive essay on why Hamlet is a total jerk in Shakespeare's play, for instance, you probably don't want to spend one long paragraph on Hamlet talking to his dad's ghost, and then 3 sentences about why he hates his girlfriend. You want to build your essay from your lightest examples to your strongest so that you end on a high note. Moreover, the reader should be able to follow your arguments in a straight line from your thesis to your conclusion, hopefully learning something along the way. Structure is important. The best writing has a unity of content and form, meaning that the structure of the piece reflects the arguments you're trying to make or the story you're trying to tell. For instance, a funny, sarcastic personal essay might use colloquial words and its fair share of personal examples, and thus have a loose sentence and paragraph structure, the Vegas wedding of unity and form. Your more traditional, formal